You loved me from all eternity, therefore you created me. You loved me after you had made me, therefore you became man for me. You loved me after you became man for me, therefore you lived and died for me. You loved me after you had died for me, therefore you rose again for me. You loved me after you had risen for me, therefore you went to prepare a place for me. You loved me after you had gone to prepare a place for me, therefore you came back to me. You loved me after you came back to me, therefore you desired to enter into me and be united to me. This is the meaning of the Blessed Sacrament, the mystery of love. With these words, the English Jesuit Alban Goodyear, who was Archbishop of Bombay in India in the 1920s, summed up today's feast. The meaning of the Blessed Sacrament, the Holy Eucharist, the body and blood of Christ, the meaning is love. Its meaning is God's love for you and for me, a love that reaches out to us from all eternity, a love that wills to unite us to eternity. Hence Jesus said in St. John's Gospel, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. St. Luke's Gospel discloses the same mystery of love in a symbolic way. We're told that the crowds all ate as much as they wanted, and when the scraps remaining were collected, they filled 12 baskets. Firstly, the people are fully satisfied. Their every hunger and desire is sated, and they want for nothing more. Hence, the leftovers fill 12 baskets, which, given the symbolic numerology of the Bible, stands for fullness or completeness. So there is enough left over to completely and fully feed our most fundamental human needs, because the people are completely sated. They want for nothing more, having been miraculously fed by Christ. But we human beings are made not just for food and drink, but for love. We long for relationship and communion with others. Hence, we don't just feed, but we dine. And only God's eternal love, then, can satisfy our deep and restless cravings for communion, for fellowship. And so in the Eucharist, through this blessed sacrament, God is reaching out to us from all eternity. By this miraculous act in every Mass, ordinary bread and wine is transformed into the body and blood of Christ substantially. And through this miraculous feeding, Jesus gives us the divine love for which the human soul longs. Christ draws us into communion with the Blessed Trinity, an endless communion of love. This is the meaning and mystery of the Blessed Sacrament, the mystery of love. St. Paul also points to this same mystery in his first letter to the Corinthians, saying, every time you eat this bread and drink this cup, you are proclaiming the Lord's death. And Christ died on the cross for our salvation because he loved you and loved me. We call Christ's death on the cross a sacrifice precisely because it is an act of love. Christ's death shows us the depths of God's love for us, and the Mass is that one same sacrifice on the cross made present for us here and now. Hence, every time we come to Holy Mass and receive the Eucharist, we receive the love of God, the love he shows in dying and rising again for you and me. For this is the meaning of the Blessed Sacrament, the meaning, the mystery of love. And the figure of Melchizedek, mentioned in these short verses of Genesis, is mysterious. He comes out of nowhere. But unlike all the priests of his time who offered blood sacrifices, he strangely and uniquely offers bread and wine. He is, of course, a prefiguration and anticipation of the person of Jesus Christ, who is the true high priest of God, and who offers sacrifice to God using bread and wine. Jesus is doing this for us here and now in the Mass, acting through the ordained priest who ministers at the altar. Jesus does this for us today and every time we celebrate the Holy Mass because he loves us. And true love is constant, faithful, and repeatedly does loving things, the same things, over and over again. This too is the meaning of the Blessed Sacrament, because Jesus remains constantly with us through the Eucharist, abiding, present in our tabernacles. Christ is faithful to his promise to be with us until the end of all time, and Jesus never tires of repeatedly giving himself to us in the Mass, even if we tire of going to Mass. In each and every Mass, the Lord is renewing his saying to you and me, I love you. This is the meaning of the Blessed Sacrament, the mystery of love. Therefore, this great feast of Corpus Christi was established through divine inspirations given to a 13th century Norbertine canoness to call us as a church to pause and to ponder again the meaning of the Blessed Sacrament. Today's feast is an invitation for you and me to enter more deeply into the mystery of divine love and to rejoice in it. For St. Thomas Aquinas, then, this feast occasioned a great outpouring of song and praise. We don't have time right now to sing his beautiful sequence hymn, the Lauda Zion, but if you come back here at 2:45 or thereabouts, as the Blessed Sacrament comes in procession from the oratory and enters into this church, you will hear it resound in this beautiful, sonorous building. This hymn, written by Thomas Aquinas, called on us Christians to give exultant and exuberant praise to God, to dare to do all that we can, he said, at least on this one feast day, to glorify and thank God for the great gift of the Blessed Sacrament. He has loved me after he came back to me, therefore he desired to enter into me and be united to me. How shall we respond? Abram, in the first reading, gave to God a tithe of everything, that is, the best portion of everything he had. In the gospel, the people give to Jesus all that they had. They held nothing back from him. 5 loaves and 2 fish. And we have received everything indeed, even the Lord of all things himself. We have received him who has reached out to us from all eternity. We receive the mystery of love. So do we dare to do all that we can to give him my best, my everything, my love? Today then, on this feast, open your heart to God and welcome him. Come, worship and adore him. Walk the streets of Oxford in procession and give bold witness to him at least this one day of the year. This is the meaning of what we celebrate today on this feast of Corpus Christi, that we worship and adore the God who is with us, and we walk alongside him who is on our streets. Hence, Tolkien said, I put before you the one great thing to love on earth, the Blessed Sacrament. There you will find romance, glory, honor, fidelity, and the true way of all your loves on earth. For here is the mystery of love.